Hi guys, I'm on the beach as usual. We're going to be leaving for Mount Shasta in a few hours, and Leia and I came down here to get some final sun time before we hit the road because it's going to be chilly up on Shasta. But the sun's pretty low, and so the weather is perfect. It's not hot. I mean, it's not even a little bit hot. And the sun is just kind of gilding everything. It's really great. It's about 5:30 now, and we'll be leaving at midnight to start driving. And the drive is about 12 or 13 hours, so we'll get there at about 1. And we'll go and find all the cool nature-y spots to take people to, and we'll also start prepping and setting everything up and making some food. Leia's pretty much been the food guru this retreat because she's done these before, and so I am a little foggy. I'm not really good with food amounts. Like, I never know how much to make, so she's been amazing with that. And she's walking down and kind of getting some soak in and ground. Soak in and ground. See, this is what happens when I lay out in the sun. It's awesomely nonsensical. Anyway, and I'm just here hanging out and trying to really allow all of my chakras to fully open so I can channel through exactly what I need to channel through for the retreat. And something else to tell you about before I really get into the mode of this video is that I have been remiss in mentioning something I should have mentioned weeks ago. I feel really bad, actually. But it's okay, because everything is exactly the way that it should be, and I have learned that pre-retreat you kind of go into nothing else exists mode. And that explains why I haven't gotten back to some of you guys and stuff like that. But there is /was, because I think it's still going on right now, a conscious living festival. And it's an online festival, and I was actually a part of it. I was a speaker in it. And I spoke in it. I recorded it last week. Some of the speakers are live, and some of them were pre-recorded. And I was pre-recorded because I knew, because it ran, what's today, Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So the 16th, 17th, and 18th of October. And it's online, and you buy your ticket for like $47, I think it is, and then you can listen to all of the speakers for all 3 days. And of course, if you buy it now, you'll probably only get a couple speakers left live, but you can hear everything after the fact. And these are some amazing speakers. I know Amy Landerman is one, and there's some other really awesome ones. So I think it's definitely worth it. I mean, you know, I think that if you're interested in stuff like that, I'll put the link down below, so go check it out and see if it's something you'd want to participate in. I thought it was great. The talk that I did with Molly McCord, who is the woman heading up the festival, was probably one of the best talks I've ever done. We kind of had a conversation about everything, about ascension and aliens and fairies and energy and heaven on earth and all the awesomeness that is going on now. And so, yes, I had to tell you about it. I'm so sorry that I didn't tell you about it before, because that means you've missed some of the live talks. But all of them are still there to listen to, which I thought was really cool about it, too, is that you didn't just get one time. You also get the archive copy of all of these people's talks over the 3 days. So anyway, I'm sitting here on the beach, and this morning I came out here to do some yoga and some sun gazing, but there was a huge cloud coming in from the mainland, so the sun gazing did not happen, but the yoga did. And I started realizing, and I think that a lot of you guys do this too, because I was then talking to my friend Megan about it, who's also helping out with the retreat, and she was saying how she's always done this as well. And so I have a hunch that lots of light workers, star seeds, incarnate elementals, all of y'all do this as well. And it's hiding and camouflaging. And I've spoken about this before in videos I made a while ago, probably about a year ago. But I feel like it's worth a repeat because I got a whole new layer unveiled to me today experientially. So usually when I get a download, things come in and they ground themselves through my chakras. So first I'll understand it cognitively, then it'll get into my emotions, and then finally a while later it'll get down into my physical experience of life. And that's kind of how this has been. And so it's interesting because when I'm out here on the beach, especially when I'm alone, I allow myself to be super expansive and super in my power, and I can feel my aura swirling around me and connecting with everything and moving and flowing, especially by the ocean, because it's one of my spots, is where land and water meet. And then the second I see someone who might see me, so if I'm across the beach and there's someone there, this doesn't happen. But if I'm walking across the sidewalk and there's someone passing me, it's like my aura is all big and expansive and all my chakras are open and everything's flowing. I feel totally safe and authentic. And then I whoosh, hold it all in. As if I'm afraid. Well, I'm not afraid, but as if I'm afraid that, like, I'd be outed or caught or busted, you know, as being what? I don't know what I actually am, which I'm not even sure what that is. Are any of us sure what we actually are? So perhaps this is just a reminder to see if you can find yourself doing this. If you can go alone, preferably in nature because it's the easiest place to do it. But it doesn't have to be. It can be in your house or whatever, and find your spot of total openness and authenticity and loveliness and amazingness and power, and then feel yourself kind of spaz out a little bit when something changes, and then start to choose not to do it. And I find that when I don't constrict and camouflage in as this tiny version of what I actually am, then the universe flows so much better all around me. Synchronicities happen more. I get more information. I get more ascension tools. Oh, here's a blackbird flying right over me. Of course. Dang, those are totally my animals lately. And even with this retreat, you know, I feel myself, it will be a challenge to not go completely heady and completely up in my upper few chakras and in staying, because our power is rooted in our lower chakras too. You know, our knowledge is in our upper chakras and our intuition, but our power is like in our first 3 chakras. So if we're not down there and living in them, then we're not accessing a huge part of who we are. So try it. See what it's like to really open up your first and second chakras, and then your third chakra. But actually, my third chakra is pretty strong, actually a little bit too strong, and sometimes I get stuck in my, I'm very much a creature of habit. Like I can eat the same thing for breakfast every day for a year and not be bothered at all. So I don't struggle with being lazy. I struggle with being a workaholic. So whenever I let myself get too structured and feel too bound by my routine, that's when I'm facing a limit. So anyway, yeah, remain fluid, allow yourself to grow, allow yourself this weekend, because there's a cool meteor shower this weekend. I feel like it's going to be a really magical weekend, and not just on Shasta, but everywhere. We're doing crystal grid activations of the earth, and we're doing DNA activations and regressions and intuitive development classes and exercises in psychometry and ecstatic dance and dream interpretation and dream incubation, and the list goes on, and I am just thrilled that this is finally coming into the 3rd dimension, or whatever dimension we're presently in, because it's been in the finer etheric forms for months now, and now I'm going to actually get to experience it. So I'm really excited. So anyway, I'll give you guys a view of the beach. Usually I don't do this, but I feel really called to show you what I get to see right now. So take a gander. All right, so here's the sun. And over there are the mountains where like the Pacific Palisades are, and you can see them fading out to the coast. Over there, you can't really see it, I don't think, but there's Catalina Island. And then south there's Redondo Beach. I'm on Hermosa Beach right now. And Manhattan Beach is a little bit this way. So, and then all the little tiny dollhouse boxes behind me where people live, and every morning when I come here to do yoga, I wonder, I'm like, why aren't they out here drinking their coffee? You're drinking coffee, you're doing whatever you're doing. There's a beautiful shore right here. Don't they know? Don't they know how beautiful it is? But it's one of those things, when you have the beach in your backyard, I guess you kind of take it for granted. Anyway, have a marvelous day and weekend. I think this will be the last post I do, because there's not going to be internet on Shasta unless maybe my phone, because I did get another iPhone, which is how I'm recording this right now. Maybe it'll be able to post from the retreat house, but I'm not banking on it, so you might find something, you might not. But in any event, just be amazing like you all are. Ooh, check it out. I hope you saw that. Sometimes they fly in slow motion. I love that. Anyway, you guys are great. Go in peace, and I'll talk to you again very soon.